was with a heavy heart that I watched you go away from my arms. I have waited for so long for your return, so welcome home. Since the day that you have left, my darling, you remained in my heart. And every night I kept a light up for you to know that you are welcome home. Every single day I pray for you, for the day that you come back home. It's so good to finally see you, so my darling, welcome home, welcome home.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Fola. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. On here I talk about faith, lifestyle, personal development, and lots more. Movie review also. I want to start talking about love. Yeah, the love of Christ, relationships soon. That's a promise. But today, in today's video, I'll be reviewing the movie titled Abattoir Season 2 season finale. That's episode 6. So we are waiting for season 3, but I'll be talking about my expectations for season 3 and as well as the lessons I learned in this episode. So if you're interested, stick around with me and definitely do keep watching. Okay, so I want to try. I don't want this video to be super long because I have a lot of things to talk about, but I'll try as much as possible to summarize each character and what I learned from them. Okay, so the first thing I'll be talking about is Martins. What's it called? That was the main character, played by Fola Ademilola. Okay, so the first thing I've always been saying about this character from the start of the movie is the fact that he's not sensitive to the Spirit of God. I've been saying that he needs to realize that this battle that he's fighting, he's not fighting it from the spiritual, from the physical realm. And I'm so glad when Jesus appeared to him, told him a scripture that the weapon of our warfare are not carnal, they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. You cannot be using physical ammunition to be fighting spiritual weapon. No. Life is governed by principles. There are principles to this thing. Something is happening to you in the spirit realm. We are trying to fight it physically. No, it doesn't work like that. So I'm so glad to know that Martins has come to the realization of the fact that Jesus is the only one that can step in. And he said something in that conversation that I was having with Jesus. He said that even in our darkest moments, God is always with us. God is always with us. And the only thing that happens is we only fail to realize that God is with us. We fail to realize that God is with us because we're in darkness. We cannot see him. That's the only problem we have in realizing that God is always with us through thick and thin. But sometimes we leave him aside, we don't invite him, but once we do, it takes over the situation and takes over the fight. So I'm so happy, I'm so glad to God that God took over the fight for him and he started fighting on his behalf. Okay, so next one I want to talk about is Steve Martins. I want to talk about unforgiveness. I said it last week that Martins was outside the prison, and then Chief Sawyer was in the prison. I said I did not know how that was going to play out, but I just knew that it was something about the thing going back on him, going back on the father. Now let me explain. According to today's conversation, that means that forgiveness, that he has been in the prison for so long of unforgiveness that he actually put himself in. It was not nobody put him in that prison. Like, he actually put himself in that prison and stayed there, tarried there for long before he realized it, and what was it called, forgave his father, and the Lord took over. So I wanted you cannot. Another thing he talked about that conversation when he was having with the prison warden. I don't know anyhow. Prison people that was having with that guy, and he said that you cannot see Jesus and be normal. I'm like, You see, the revelation of that is you cannot have an encounter with Jesus and be normal, because like the physical man cannot receive the things of the spirit. They are foolishness. You don't understand it. The natural man cannot understand the word, how Jesus works. So you cannot have a revelation of God and be normal. Something cannot sit well with you. You cannot have a revelation of God and people will be going astray and you will sit down and be eating rice and chicken. No, it rekindles a fire in you. The revelation of Jesus rekindles a fire in you. It brings out a fire through you to be burning for God always. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the character I want to talk about is Daddy and Mommy. That's Daddy Gbero and Mommy Gbero. I bless God for the gift of people. I bless God for the gift of persons. That's what I would say about them, because thank God for Mommy, thank God for Daddy, because there were times where if not for those people in the life of Martins, it would have become so but we bless God for them. And in our lives, we need people like that. We need people that needs to stand in the place of spiritual position always to travail for us. I pray the Lord will help us. I'm starting like I'm preaching already. Okay, so the next character I'll talk about is Gbero. You see, when I started this episode, I was already like, guy, I know like you don't make it hard. I don't know what's wrong. Because when they were saying everything was like doubting Thomas, I'm like, what was this? Because it was just going like they were moving like, I don't know, they were going to Lagos, it was going to Abuja. It was just acting anyhow. It was all over the place. I was not interested. But then another thing I learned about his character is the fact that after, although it was still a bit like doubting, but when they started praying, he joined in. And when the father asked him to go back to to go and pick Martins, he picked him and everything was alright. I love the fact that he was under control, even though he sleep out there, but we thank God for his life. Another character I would like to talk about is the character of Daddy Victor Olukoju, Mr. Adebola, and our beloved Dele. I thank God for them because God used them mightily in this season. Imagine if Martins did not preach to Dele, I do not know what would become of him. I don't know what would become of him, but thank God. Another thing I want to talk about is Martin sowing the seed of salvation inside the prison. Hey, I'm so glad, I'm so grateful to God. Another thing that was intriguing part for me was when the guy that wanted the hired killer came to the prison and they were talking, he could not see them. I mean, I've heard a physical part of this testimony before. There was somebody that the robbers came to their house to rob. They were right in front of the robbers, but the robbers did not see them. Real life story. So I know something, like when I saw that scene, I was screaming, joy igbe for interpretation. The fire is consuming the bush. No. Fire is burning the bush doesn't cause, I don't know. It's the Yoruba I know. Joy igbe osirun. Apology to all my non-speaking Yoruba audience, not Yoruba speaking audience. Anyhow, I'm so passionate about this. Okay, so I'm so glad that Jesus stepped in and made everything easy, and that's the testimony for all of us that we are believers. For people that are still holding unforgiveness to their heart, this is the testimony you will have. Once you let go of that seed of unforgiveness that you've kept on so long, that you've held on to so long, Jesus will step in and everything will start being different. Okay, so the character I want to talk about next is the character, I will talk about it in pairs. That's Bade and his wife. You see that wife? That's what Revelations were talking about. I was talking about, if you are neither cold nor hot, if you are lukewarm, it will spill you out. That is such a awful thing to imagine. That woman was neither cold nor hot. Like, from what I could imagine, or what I can deduce from her character, she's supposed to be a believer, but she's not hot. Because if she is, oh my God, no, the girl will not be able, because she would have had a level of, and when Dele was preaching to her, I said it last week that this girl did not know what's coming for her. When Dele was preaching to her, she was like, that's tomorrow. Dele, as if Dele knew, was like, who told do that you have opportunity to tomorrow. What I'm saying in essence is, if Nike's mom, that's Bade's wife, was a deep believer, was a fireful person, there's no way under her watch, even if the girl is not saved yet, will have that nerve to go for the party, even, and coupled with the fact that it's not that the father is saved though, but he's not in support. So I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he will like be a complete gentle girl. I'm just saying that he will have like small fear for the mother if the mother was a fireful person. There is a need as a parent. If you're a parent, you're seeing me, there's a need for you to be on fire for God always. It's not only for you. It's not only for you to overcome life issues. It's for you to lay a very good example for your children. It's for you to be, you're a gatekeeper. You're a gatekeeper to your children, to your home. Especially if you're a female, you have a lot of things. You cannot just be like, you cannot be everywhere like every other person. Yes. So the next thing I'll talk about is Bade. You see that guy? Just PM me anything you want to talk about him. Bade is somebody that I don't know, and that man, God will help him. I don't want to say anything about him, but then God will help him. Okay, so I'll talk about one person, then the last person that I want to talk about is this Surutu? I don't know. The character Toby Olumiwa played. Well done. Surutu is something. All the year that they roasted, they not give us so, but then he did well. Then the last character I want to talk about is what's it called? What's the name of this? Daddy Kayode Ojore's character, Chief Duro Sonya. Now, like, no, don't speed up. I'm intentionally saying it at the end of this video, guys. Chief Duro Sonya, I did not like his guts from the beginning of the season. Now, it's not that I like him, but I want to try and say this from another perspective. Now, this is somebody that has dined with the devil. It's not normal. The same way when you're a Christian, when you're a believer, you have an encounter with God, you cannot be normal. So you see, all these things is expected. Honestly, it is expected. I said it in one of my videos that he's a blood-sucking demon. So is expected. He's somebody that's dying with the devil. What do you expect? You do not expect a good behavior from him. So you see how these things is expected. But I want to say something that I need to salute his acting skills. Like, the Holy Spirit, they work. He tried. Like, I celebrate God on his behalf. That was why I intentionally wanted to talk about his character as the last thing. I love his character so much because he portrayed a lot of things. The first thing I would say he portrayed was, even though he was a blood-sucking demon, like I will always say, he still had like a little bit of sympathy with him. Number one, when he was saying, what have I done? Like, what has he done that if he knew Nike was Bade's daughter, he wouldn't have gone for her? Another thing I said was, when he was trying to get his son out, he was begging Bade that he should kill him and leave his son out of it. I'm like, so Baba is showing empathy there. So I understand him being more abnormally thirsty for power. There's something they say in my dialect. They will say that agbara ngun alagbara. Like, I don't know how to interpret that, but it's something like, once you have power, like you the power intoxicates them. Yes, that's the word. The power intoxicates them. So I do not expect. I understand him being doing all this authority thing. So I just want to say that man is an amazing actor. I celebrate you, Daddy. Like, he did well. I really needed to talk about this. He did well. And another thing is, thank God I've seen him in other movies act good roles in quotes. One of these movies that I saw, is it The Manager? I can't even remember if it's The Manager. There's one movie that he was a single parent that I've seen him before. Like, there are several other movies that I cannot remember right now that I've seen him take up good roles. If not, like, I'm not liking Daddy, I don't like you, I don't like your character. But then I'm grateful to God, I'm grateful for the help of the Holy Spirit. And another thing is, I'm grateful to the entire Mount Zion. Uncle Ademilola, my Ademilola, thank you so much for yielding. Thank you for writing the scripts. I mean, there are a whole lot of lessons that I have on my notepad. every Sunday that I jot on my notepad to say that, okay, this is what I learned in this episode. So me doing this video is going to remind me anytime I go through it. I'll be like, okay, this is what I learned in this episode, this is what I learned in this episode. So if you are seeing this is even a privilege for you to know that if the things I mentioned are not the things you learned, or are not the things that got your attention, you could add it to yours too. And if there's anything I didn't add, you could please drop it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I pray the Lord blesses Mount Zion Films Productions Nigeria, the Mount Zion Faith Ministry. The Lord bless all the cast and crew, the writer, the director, the producer, the executive producer, everybody that contributed into this movie Abattoir. And we cannot wait. Me, I'm speaking for all my subscribers and everybody that's seen this video. If by any chance this gets to any of the Mount Zion Faith Ministry brethren, please, we cannot wait to have the third season. Thank you so much. Pray the Lord will bless you. Pray the Holy Spirit will keep supporting your ministry. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for sticking around with me. And if you've not subscribed, don't go. Hit that subscribe button. Trust me, it is free. And by the way, next week is next week? No, this week Friday on the 12th is my birthday. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any birthday vlog that I'm going to drop that day, but as the spirit leads, if I get any gifts, I'll vlog it. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I love you so much. Remain in God. I pray the Lord blesses you and perfect all that concerns you. So glad, I'm so excited. I'll see you in my very next video. Is either it's a birthday vlog or a personal development vlog. Yeah, one of those two. Thank you so much. Please subscribe so that you can get notified the next time I drop videos like this. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe and God bless you. Bye bye.